Lunatic. Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Well, technically it's still Friday. When you see this video, it will be Sunday at 3 o'clock. So to remind you, Sunday night at 8 o'clock, I will be doing my live stream. So I would encourage you all to join me then. And we will have a good live stream at 8 p.m. So this video we are going to do, so anyway, it has started raining here because they did call for rain this starting like now, about 7 o'clock at night. Really actually delightfully happy about it. We are so rain deficient right now. We've had such a dry streak, and you know, we definitely could use some rain. So hopefully it rains all night long, and that would be a wonderful thing. So, but it is raining, so I'm in the pavilion once again. But I figured I would stand here and we'll look at the foliage together, and I will talk about this topic. All right. So, what 10 things will happen after an EMP? Right. So we're going to talk about, and not in any particular order, but we're going to talk about what will happen after an EMP strikes. First of all, confusion. We live in a society where everybody has, nowadays, where everybody has cell phones, their laptops, instant communication, all those type of things. We're very used to all those type of things. Well, EMP hits, all those things are going to be off. And you got to realize there's a lot of people, like my daughter would be one of those people. She grew up in a generation where all those things were there. They were all there. She's never not known about having a computer. She's had a phone since she was 13. So, and I know some people get their kids' phones way earlier, and that's their choice, obviously, but I wasn't doing that. But anyway, so that's another whole video. That's a different topic for a different day. But anyway, so she's grown up in a world where everything is electronic. I mean, you've got your scanners in the grocery stores. All those things done, off, not happening. All power would be off. It'd be a mass state of confusion, okay? What follows confusion, right? Well, once people realize that the power was off, was not coming back on, two things are going to happen after that. You're going to have panic, and then follows looting, all right? People are going to lose their minds because, again, and I've said this many, many times, 95% of the people in this country are not prepared for a 2-week disaster, let alone anything of a substantial time period longer than that. So there would be a lot of panic, looting, because people would be like, oh my God, I have to get supplies. Got to get supplies because now the trucks aren't rolling, they can't get no gas, nobody's being able to do anything, and those type of things, all right? The next thing that follows that would be food shortages, because if the trucks are not rolling, the trucks will roll till they run out of gas, and then when they cannot get any more gas, that's the end of that. And we have an on-time delivery system nowadays, so trucks are coming in basically daily to these grocery stores. They have about a 3-day supply of food. They have nothing stocked up in the back. And so that's how that works, unfortunately. But that's the reality of that situation. So there wouldn't be any food. So people would be trying to get as much as they possibly could, as quickly as they could. Next thing we're going to talk about, water and sanitation will cease, right? We're so used to walking up to the sink, flipping the sink on, there's the water, great, we got water. With no power, water's not going. You're so used to just walking up, flushing your toilet, and there it goes, off it goes, no worries. Well, without power, that ceases to happen as well. That opens up a whole new can of worms, a lot of new problems that people are not prepared for. All right, number 5, hospitals will shut down. Hospitals have the capacity to run on generators for, I believe, between 3 and 7 days. I believe they keep about 3 days supply of diesel fuel on hand to run the generators. Well, the reality is that after that 3-day period of time, those generators are running out of fuel. There's not going to be the supplies even before then, because they're not coming in that's needed supplies, and people are going to be going to the hospital in droves because of all kinds of issues heart attacks, panic attacks, injuries, all those type of things. And, in short order, the hospitals will not be functioning. Here's an interesting one I want you to think about. Number 6, prison wardens will have to make some tough decisions. What do I mean by that? Well, there is a policy in place that I have seen this before. Now, I don't know, and this is going back to the 1980s, so I don't know what the situation is now. It could have changed and stuff like that. But if we were attacked by a foreign country and there were boots on the ground, there to euthanize every inmate in the prisons. Now, what the prison wardens are going to have to decide, okay, power's not on, we can't feed these people. Do we let them go, or what do we do with them? And some of those people that are in prisons are decent people, and some of them are not decent people. So they're going to have to make tough decisions on what they're going to do before they vacate those prisons. Do they lock them down and leave them? Do they let them out? What are they going to do? Definitely things to think about. Here's one I think a lot of people don't think about. Airplanes may fall from the skies. If there is an EMP and they are in the air and all navigation ceases, you're going to have, now think about how many planes are in the air at any one time. There's a lot of airplanes up there in the sky at any one time. They will all fall down out of the sky, and so there's going to be a double disaster. Wherever they land, it's going to be a disaster, and all the people on that plane are probably not going to make it either. Number 8, unprecedented death toll. It has been estimated if there was an EMP that within inside of 1 year, 90% of the population would be dead. And I agree with that assessment 100%. Just because of human nature, the way people will act, what will happen, how things will go down in those situations. So that would not shock me at all. All right. The number 9, the economy will drastically change. That is a fact. Digital currency, gone. Any money that you had in the bank electronically, gone. No way to access that money that you have in the bank. So all that cash that you may have in the bank is gone. Paper money will only be good for so long, and then you're basically going to be bartering or trading for what you need. And gold and silver will be the dominant players of the game because they hold value. They always have held value. If you have a trade that is going to be in demand, you're going to be a wealthy person in a post-event because you're going to be in demand for what you can bring to the table. And last but not least, nuclear plants may melt down. Nuclear power plants have to have water running through the coolant system to keep them, to keep the rods cool. Well, eventually, the generators, if there's generators there, if the generators are even working, they are going to stop, right? And even going back to the hospitals, if there's an EMP, the generators may not be working from day one. So, and if that's the case, it will be a disaster in short order. And even if the hospital, going to the hospitals, and even if they demand or force the staff to stay, people will still disappear. They'll get out of there. They can't force people to not leave. So people will take it on their own and be like, I'm out of here. But again, nuclear power plants have the capacity to melt down, which causes a greater disaster and a lot of problems that way. I would like to hear your feedback on this. I would like to hear what you guys have to say, what you think of this situation. Do you think this is a plausible situation? Think about millions and millions and millions of people in this country sitting in the dark. Maybe they got some flashlights, maybe they have some candles, they may have a little bit of food on hand, and in very short order, all those things run out. And they have no way to replenish them because there is no way to replenish them. I have said to you many, many times, folks, and I will say this again, in a true SHTF event, when it happens, you are going to have what you have. Let that sink in. Prepare accordingly and be as ready as you possibly can be. That's my advice to you. You can take it or leave it. You can do whatever you want with it, okay? Remember, folks, we truly are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we can figure that one out, we really will be in much, much better shape. We have to stop letting them divide us using race, religion, political affiliation. These are all tools used to keep us fighting amongst each other. It's nonsense. It doesn't mean anything. All right? Also remember, guys, hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Last but not least, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from achieving your goals is you. That's it. Nobody else. Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you're going to be just fine. All right. Have a great day, everybody. Keep prepping. Keep being safe. I will see you at 8 o'clock Sunday night for the live stream. All right. Pepper Nurse 1 out for now.